Hello, I'm Michael Curry, presiding bishop of the Episcopal Church. In 1971, my predecessor, John Hines, who was then presiding bishop of the Episcopal Church, and a number of faith investors and leaders who were already committed to values that make human life humane, walked into a shareholders meeting at General Motors. And that small band and that small day began a movement to urge not only General Motors, but many other corporations and churches and investors to find ways to bring an end to apartheid in South Africa. That movement continued, and it later often joined hands to help the corporate world and the investment world to find a way to include values in finding value. A movement was catalyzed on that day in 1971, giving rise to the creation of the Interfaith Center for Corporate Responsibility. But most importantly, giving rise to a movement of people of goodwill, people of faith, people of goodwill and human decency in the corporate world, in the religious world, who were committed to living values that help to make human life humane. And that movement has helped to better our world. And it began with a small group of faith investors and now continues on this anniversary celebration as a group of interfaith leaders and investors committed to helping to make human life humane.
Greetings, friends. It is indeed my great honor to be with you for this momentous occasion. Thank you for the invitation to join you this evening. I want to congratulate the founding institutions of ICCR, whose vision and courage have seeded our hopes of a healed future for 5 decades. I'm proud to serve one of those founders, the United Church of Christ, and equally grateful for the broad interfaith collaboration that not only strengthens our corporate impact, but amplifies our collective witness toward a just world for all. And it often seems as though we can never do enough. But I hope, as you reflect upon the past 50 years, you will see the power of a hidden God and your human agency on this journey, and know that your work makes a difference for many more than just one. In so many places and so many ways, we are different because you had the courage to quit. I am grateful for your courage. I am grateful for your presence. I am grateful for all you have done. And may God continue to bless the work of ICCR for the next 50 years and beyond.
You know, the founders had vision and patience, and they exercised the responsible use of economic power, taking on many issues that seemed impossible at that time, but were certainly the right thing to do. They deserve our applause as both prophetic and effective voices, helping create a new arena of corporate social responsibility, as it was called in the time. The founders included the American Baptist Home Mission Society, the Christian Church Disciples of Christ, the Episcopal Church, the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America, the National Council of Churches, the Presbyterian Church USA, the United Church of Christ, and the United Methodist Church, led by United Methodist Women. And they were soon joined in the 1970s and 80s by numerous Roman Catholic orders, swelling our ranks and strengthening our effectiveness. But at this moment, let's simply pause and say thank you to the visionaries who created ICCR, and helped launch a new era of corporate responsibility. And standing on their shoulders, let us thank the hundreds of ICCR members and allies who worked together to make the vision from 50 years ago a reality.
The SRI committee was chaired by Bob Potter, a New York corporation lawyer, and we decided that our initial focus would be on discrimination, but especially on apartheid in South Africa. We decided that we would submit a shareholder proposal to General Motors, asking it to get out of South Africa, ceasing all operations as long as apartheid existed. I drafted the proposal, and the Executive Council approved it. General Motors did not want it on the proxy statement and requested a no action letter at the SEC. The final strand that made ICCR a strong organization that it is today was about 2 years later, when Roman Catholic organizations joined. I believe this was due entirely to the initiative of Mike Crosby, for the repose of whose soul I pray every week, who recruited numerous Roman Catholic institutions to join in what is undoubtedly the most outstanding example extant of Protestant and Roman cooperation, now enhanced by Jewish and Islamic participation as well. In the 50 years since its founding, many have labored fruitfully in the ICCR vineyard, but that vineyard would not exist except for the extraordinary vision of three people: John Hines, Bob Potter, and Mike Crosby.
Be it hereby resolved that the shareholders of all publicly held U.S. corporations acknowledge the countless contributions of Reverend David M. Schilling during his 27-year advocacy to promote more just and sustainable corporations. The Board of Directors recommends that the shareholders vote for this proposal.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Nadira. Thanks to you, Nadira, and to the board of ICCR, its members and staff. This means so much, especially as part of the celebration of ICCR's 50th anniversary. So for 50 years, ICCR has been a pioneer in utilizing shareholder leverage to engage companies and communities to create a more just and equitable world. Tonight, we celebrate the accomplishments, the struggles, and the victories, both small and large. When Tim and I were students at Union Seminary, one of the great theologians of the 20th century, Reinhold Niebuhr, was still on the faculty, but having had a stroke, he had to cut back on his teaching. On rare occasions, though, Professor Niebuhr would still preach at James Chapel. In his book, The Irony of American History, Niebuhr, I believe, provides an important long-term perspective to guide social, environmental, human rights responsibility to work going forward. And I quote, "Nothing that is worth doing can be achieved in our lifetime. Therefore, we must be saved by hope. Nothing which is true or beautiful or good makes complete sense in any immediate context of history. Therefore, we must be saved by faith. Nothing we do, however virtuous, can be accomplished alone. Therefore, we must be saved by love." So congratulations to all of you who have devoted important parts of your lives to the Interfaith Center on Corporate Responsibility and its mission. As we move forward, may we continue to be inspired by faith and committed to action.
Well, friends, our 50th anniversary gala is drawing to a close. And as we begin heading to the exits, ready to press the end button on our screens, I want to invite you to take something with you, a memento of this occasion. And that memento is our gala theme, Keeping the Faith. Keeping the Faith. I wasn't part of the planning for this event, so I don't know how it came to be. But what an inspiring choice. It's so apropos because this work of shareholder engagement isn't easy, and it requires keeping the faith. For ICCR members, it's been a long journey, the results of which were measured over months, years, even decades. Behind every success story in ICCR's 50-year history lies an incredible tale, I'm sure, filled with obstacles averted and setbacks overcome. Unless we're keeping the faith, unless we tend our flames and keep our lamps filled with oil, we will surely be tempted to choose another path and to give in and give up. Over the last 50 years, it's been like getting a long train going. It's so massive that one person pushing makes hardly a difference. But tonight, we've honored and celebrated the faithful efforts of many who came together to push, and that train began to move slowly and sometimes imperceptibly. But make no mistake, it has left the station. It is moving. Now, as we turn our focus to the future, let's build on that momentum. Let's keep the movement going.